Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. Time is advancing, the blood moon approaches.
Yeah. I know, that's what I call it as well. It's the blood moon and death.
I feel like that's a pretty common trope.
Yeah, that's when the goblins come, or the monsters respawn, or the bad things happen.
Yes.
I also like that screen looks very like alchemy-ish, all the like measuring devices and like the thermometer or whatever. All the weird words and letters that make zero sense. Alrighty.
Have we had any of the archive stuff added yet? Like,
No, we are going to be waiting a very long time for that, my friend. Not until the end of the game. So, strap in. A new room has been created, Poyo. What would you like to call this room, Poyo?
What should we pick? I suck at stuff like this.
Me too. Doesn't matter, just call it the workout room.
Okay, but what kind of room should we make it?
Just whatever. Go ahead and copy the data from your hotel's banquet room.
Nah, that'd be boring. I've come all the way out to Japan for this International Battle Standard Festival thing. Even care about being a good host? Anyway, what is it non-Japanese people want to visit in Japan?
Well, Kyoto, obviously. They can't visit there now even if they want to, so they'll like it, right?
You can't use Kyoto's data in Japan?
Oh, right, that thing. Every country's so strict these days. Is everything ready over there? I'm about to bring everyone over. Ah, crap, we've got to hurry. Let's just do something from the hotel. Where do Japanese people like to relax after a match?
Well, when we're done with work, we take a bath, I guess.
Ah, perfect. Japanese inns always have big public baths as their selling point, right? That'll do nicely.
Something about that seems wrong, but okay.
Bath time, bath time. I've pulled the public bath data from her hotel's website.
Got it. So something like this.
There it is. Meow manipulated several things on his mental tablet, and the dark world instantly became the public bath of the hotel where the AOU Japan athletes were staying. There was an open-air bath on the outside and a sauna on the inside, a splendid example of a Japanese-style public bath. Personally, Meow felt it would be really weird to have a post-match celebration in a public bath. However, Jaden said this was so much more Japanese, so he gave in reluctantly. Is the room ready? Please tell me its name.
Okay, random it is then.
Room name, It's a Rat Public Bath. Roger that, Poyo. You have created It's a Rat Public Bath, Poyo. Whoa. What's up with that name?
Well, you think of a better one.
Ooh, that's incredible. You made it the bath of our hotel, huh? Too bad I'm in my avatar and I can't take my clothes off. I mean, you could just put on a naked mod. Oh, amazing. If you put your foot in the bath, you can actually feel the hot water.
I figured there'd be no point making it a bath if you didn't reproduce it with at least that much detail.
Somebody wants to enter the room, Poyo. Will you give them access, Poyo, Poyo, Poyo? Ah, everyone's here. Meow, please give them access.
Sure.
When Meow gave them access, the floodgate of enemies that they'd just been fighting to the death against appeared one by one near the bath. Time for a roll call. Hope you're ready.
I'm not ready.
You better be. Thanks for coming, everyone. Please relax. Well, they really came.
I mean, I'm still not sure about this. The COU guys asked me who the Glass Sea belongs to, what do we do? I'd rather not start a deathmatch when the competition's already over.
Same here. One moment I start saying the Atlantic Spirit Field is on the high seas so the ACR can't keep it all for themselves, and the next we're kicking off World War IV.
Is that foreshadowing?
Who knows? Here you go, Ling
I'm
Ji.
Ling Ji of COU China, the captain of Baibao Squad. I thank you for inviting me here.
How shameless to hold a party in a public bath. As I suspected, the people of AOU Japan have lost their Japanese souls.
Who knows, maybe she'll change into a nude avatar to match the scene.
How shameless can one be? Princess, you need not remain in this undignified room a second longer.
True, it would be undignified to enter a bathhouse with a clothed avatar. Oh, but I didn't have a bath towel avatar.
Princess, you mustn't, no!
Thanks for the invitation. I'm Aisha from COU Indonesia. This is a red-faced weirdo as Momotake from COU Japan. I'm Sujatha of COU India, captain of Supana Squad. I'm pretty sure I'm getting all these
mixed up.
Mixed up.
Look, here's the thing. Ryukishi is making this as hard as it can be. I spend hours trying to sort these voices out. Good luck. I'm Lukshana from Sirius, Saudi Arabia.
And I'm Andres, Saparna's peacemaker. Hey there, what? I'm from COU Madagascar. Racially, I'm close to that guy and gal, but a bunch of stuff happened and I'm in the COU's faction. Nice to meet you.
Perfect.
That's definitely not the voice I gave him
That's
last
right,
time.
that's right. We can always go back and look. Good luck.
No, we can't.
We can. We have to.
It's locked in forever.
Oh no. What if it changes again? Then we're in trouble.
Then we're in trouble.
Perhaps we should avoid the topic of the Mozambique Challenge Review today. I'm Raitha Bile, leader of Squad 601 from ACR, South Africa.
Isaac from ACR Algeria, serving as Princess Rathabile's caretaker and guard. I'm Abdul from ACR Senegal. If you notice anything strange about the princess, whisper it to us instead of telling her directly. Too much honesty can be painful after all.
There's nothing there. I didn't even split sauce or breadcrumbs today. You ought to praise me. Well, Princess Rita Bile is a member of the African royal family.
I couldn't tell. I never thought I'd see a princess in this day and age.
Me either. Oh, God. I am Noor of the ACR 1st Air Night Corps, the Cairo Memorial Squad. I'm from ACR Egypt. This cool, mysterious girl is Mariana from ACR Angola. Don't touch me so casually. I'm Mariana, this fluffy little cutie is Gannett from ACR Ethiopia. Pet, pet, pet. No, don't run away from me.
Stop petting my head!
Oh, but I can't help it.
Only Big Sis Noor gets to pet me.
Stop smothering me. Don't touch me, Noor. Don't run away, Gannett. I just want to pet each other. Oh my god, those three are so Yuri! Yuri is love's purest form. Neither countries, nor factions, nor continents can stand in its way.
We're the ABN's 12th Holy Agent Core Yellow Dot Shove It!
The three of us will show you humanity's greatest and most reckless harmony! Their particular brand of excitement left the straight-laced COU stunned, as well as Meow and those from the AOU. So basically everyone. They're also in charge of PR for the kids. Basically they do pop idol stuff too. Leah's from ABN Israel, Fatma's from ABN Turkey, and Stefania's from ABN Romania. I'm Stanisław from ABN Poland, part of the ABN Peace Department's Holy 901st Air Augmented Infantry Squad. Talathat Sayof. This is my colleague, Naomi.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Naomi from ABN France, whose voice I don't remember at all.
That's alright, just do your best, worst French accent and you're done. Easy. Can you do French?
What?
Can you do French?
Can I do French?
Can you do French? Can you do a French accent, my friend?
That's terrible.
No, it's perfect.
Abysmal.
It is honestly the greatest French accent I have ever heard. Baguette.
Moving on.
Oh, I'm so sorry I went so wild in the matches now. Please forgive me, everyone. Wow.
No, it is I who must apologize. I judge you by your appearance and underestimated you.
You there, Naima. Manners dictate that a champion act like a champion in front of the losers. Hold your head up high so the losers may speak proudly of the one who defeated them when they return home. Oh, I know, but I want to find a hole to crawl into. Wow. You're far too self-deprecating. We don't want you losing sleep from self-hatred again, Naomi. Oh, Naomi?
I give her a tiny bit of anti-anxiety meds.
Wow! Oh, wow! Oh, how'd you like that? Naima, the Invincible Girl, is the strongest in the world! Wow!
Imagine being that young and high all the time. And I'm the beautiful fairy girl from AU Finland, Lilia Mia, the slim Hickus Koshka from AU Russia. Shut up! I wouldn't mind letting loose right here, right now.
Buzz! You do not have permission to engage in combat in this realm, boyo!
Figures. It's no fun.
Oh, sorry, we're late. I'm Chloe from AU Canada, a member of Grave Mall. I got the room name wrong and had trouble getting in. Please don't ask about it.
She tried to get into It's a Rap Public Lust.
Oh,
Hilarious,
no.
Meow.
How does that even? But that's how Mike Izuna converted the word into text. It was just a minor conversion bug.
Oh my, that must mean you use the word lust a lot.
Oh, that's not true.
I get it, it's just a bit of Japanese magic, huh? In Japanese, bathhouse and lust are both pronounced yokojo, and you got converted the wrong way.
Nice.
Personally, I think the lust version would have worked too. It's a bunch of boys and girls in a public bath, after all. Too bad we're all using avatars.
So bad, my friend. Then why don't we meet up offline right now? In proper attire for a bathhouse, of course. Stop that, Rookie. Don't do that. Just because someone said lust. Oh.
It's a Republic lust, huh? That's gonna mean those matchers from the ACR, right?
You mean Ishak's and Abjo's black bodies intertwined? Now he's gotta be wrapped around Stan's love. You can call me Stan. It's fine.
This is giving me a headache. What a vulgar bunch. If you care for some headache medicine, I can send you the best preparation, daughter.
Princess, let us depart at once. This place is entirely unsuitable for one such as you.
Is everyone in COU or Japan a samurai with a top knot these days? No, Momotake is just like that for some reason. It's strange he didn't start out that way.
Wow. This bath, it feels so nice. You're in a bath and your clothes would be weird, so I'll go look for an avatar without them. Hold on, a maiden's skin mustn't be exposed to anyone but her fated partner. Hey, someone from the avian, stop her! Stop that woman!
This looks fun, so send Naima some body data for a naked avatar. Should I send her a super flat lolly or a short stack lolly?
Inappropriate.
This is terrible.
Inappropriate. Good luck.
Big sister, not let me hug you!
Hey, I told you to stop being so clinging, and all I want to do is hug Mariana. Hands off, Noah. I want to pet and fluff Kenneth now. As I thought, even though our countries are different, we can be friends if we gather together like this. To be honest, all of them had secretly wanted to gather together like this, across faction lines. However, once you stepped outside of your faction, it opened up the possibility for all kinds of touchy subjects, like border disputes and historical issues. They were used to this era, so they were fully aware that all sides had things they wanted to say. And they were more than a little afraid of encountering the kind of fierce debates you saw on social networking sites. However, when they finally met, not a single person said anything like that aloud. In truth, before coming here, some of them had been eager to question their political opponents on various issues, arguing them down. The AOU and the COU had the Central Glass Sea of Japan border dispute. I hope you're writing this down. The COU and the ABN had the Kashmir Spiritfield joint development dispute. The ABN and the ACR had the dispute over the ABN occupying forces based in the northern African continent. The ACR and the AOU had the Atlantis Spiritfield dispute. And then there was the issue of AOU Russia interfering with ABN Ukraine, and then COU Russia, Madagascar, and ACR Mozambique conflict over the Mozambique Channel. It might get confusing with all those initials, but simply put, every faction always had some issue with every other faction. They're a bag of dicks. Even those soldiers around the world were supposedly warriors of peace who held up the walls of peace together, the WAP. Everyone had been a bit unsure whether they'd really be able to get along if they interacted directly. However, when they actually met, it was like this. Everyone thought the same thing in their hearts. There may be a lot of problems in this world. There's no helping it. National borders don't just divide the world into countries, but into sets of principles and opinions as well. Borders aren't evil. They're like the walls of a water tank. Land animals live on one side and water animals live on the other. If you lose your national borders, then you can lose the walls of the tank. All the land animals will drown and the ocean animals lose their water and die, which would suck. In the first place, it's arrogant to assume that all life should live the same way. You have to admit that even humans live in different cultures, with different lifestyles and different ecosystems. So, if national borders are necessary, you must admit that principles and opinions can be different when you cross those borders. Just leave arguing about such issues to diplomats and internet patriots. That's well put. Internet patriots. All of these people were born in different countries and attached to different factions, and yet today, in this place, they were friends who had all worked hard to become gauntlet knights for the sake of peace, or at least because they had simply become fascinated by the sky. After a meeting like this, they were all able to think that. Hey, who here uses Kizuna? Everyone raised their hands. Kizuna, bond in Japanese, was a free communication tool developed by a Japanese business. Its main function was conversation translation. Countless similar programs competed for market share, and in the end, Kizuna had been declared the winner. The Japanese company that made it was just a small collection of young people, so small that they'd be conceited to even call themselves a company. At first, its capabilities and all other aspects of it were nowhere near as efficient as those produced by massive corporations around the world. Furthermore, tools like this made people react like imprinting chicks, in that they tended to always use the first tool they installed and were used to. That was why massive corporations created several tools aimed at youngsters. However, in the end, those youngsters turned their backs on all those tools. Of course, the young wouldn't be swayed by features pushed on them by old people running massive corporations with budgets and time and energy, resting on their laurels while scheming to gain an economic advantage. They always had ATM-type features, greedy service contracts with cancellation fees, and so on. In the end, those convenient features always came at the cost of being dragged into some paid service or else having your data collected. The usual malicious things adults did. In that environment, the simple tool called Ciconia spread by word of mouth to more and more young people everywhere. The circle of youngsters wanting to support it spread across the world, and young engineers from all over the planet cultivated it. In this way, the tool youngsters used to translate conversations, Ciconia, was created solely by the young. It was passed around by young people all over the world, and now it had the greatest usage rates everywhere, at least among the young. The massive corporations realized their mistake and tried to buy up Ciconia, but the tool created by the young and for the young never fell into the hands of greedy adults.
Ryukishi on why you should use Linux.
That's the one. What's a Linux? To this very day, Ciconia helps to translate conversations between young people who speak different languages, making communication possible. Even now, young people around the world continue to strengthen its translation and dictionary capabilities, making it capable of translating even modern slang. As could be seen here, people from dozens of countries were speaking frankly in their native languages, but it was all being automatically and quite smoothly translated by the Ciconia apps each of them had installed. No one had problems communicating. Long gone were the days when language was a barrier to forming friendships. Of course, it could do more than just translate. It also had a familiar chat feature, a mini-blog feature, and the ability to upload photos for self-satisfaction or to brag, and much more. In short, it used a mental tablet and mental display to directly do the things old humanity had used smartphones for. And it all happened inside that person's head, so outsiders couldn't see what they were doing. No one could tell if they had it activated during class. When adults activated it, it took all their concentration, so they couldn't use it well. However, kids of the new generation were used to background operation. People in the generation that did their homework while watching TV might remember their parents telling them to turn the TV off, since they wouldn't be able to concentrate. However, even at that time, they could watch TV, listen to music, and do their homework, while simultaneously texting on their smartphones. Kids these days are very proficient at that sort of parallel processing, which allowed them to do many tasks at once. Once they reach a certain skill level, kids like this were called parallel processors, and their ability was measured in units of parallel processing power, or P3. This sort of ability couldn't be mastered unless they received special training before a certain age. Not only was the talent necessary for using high-tech weapons like gauntlets, but it was thought to be a likely requirement for unknown technologies that might come into existence in the future. For that reason, in countries across the world, parallel thinking training from a young age was made mandatory as a matter of national policy. This was the first generation. The people here represented those with the highest parallel processing power from several countries. And so it was normal for them to communicate through Ciconia, even while on the job. Technically, they were forbidden from playing with tools like that, so they could concentrate on their work, but, well, you couldn't tell someone was using a tool inside their brain by just looking at them. On top of that, they were talented parallel processors, so using Ciconia on the side didn't distract them at all. Soldiers from all countries were forbidden from using Ciconia, but they all did. On the contrary, they preferred the youth-targeted, easy-to-use Ciconia to inflexible military communication tools that had been built for adult reasons, and they often chatted with Ciconia during missions.
Wait, so we're all using Ciconia? I thought each country had its own tool. Ciconia is convenient, and its stickers and icons are really cute.
Oh, it's so cute, boy. Oh, Carol. I use the Carol Play stickers and stuff too. Oh, this is so cute. Wow. Oh, I'm Carol Poyo, the Audi Frog Poyo. My hobbies are sleeping, eating, and dancing, Poyo. If you have any questions about Ciconia features, ask me whenever you like, Poyo. If you ask me how to delete me, I'll send all the pictures stored in your mental my pics to your friends, Poyo.
I use the honey icons. Well, when all the girls are using a tool, we guys have to use it too.
The tools from our country are all so stuffy. The tools in the ABN have no spark to them, so they aren't too popular. I really should be using a tool for my country, but this is so easy and convenient that I just keep using it.
I don't really care which tool I use, but everyone around me uses Ciconia, so I reluctantly gave in. I used to use something else, but I switched over because everyone I knew used Ciconia, meow. Ciconia has so many free games.
I make friends just to get hearts in one, Eudora.
Me too.
Oh, you do one, Eudora? Hey, who's your main? I use an auto oneness I built up into a counter shop. Yeah, We've got ourselves an addict! I'll send you reinforcements to tell me your ID! The rulers forbid it, but the princess likes Ciconia so.
So basically everyone else uses it, so you want to use it too, and that's how it's spread across the world. My, it's as though Ciconia or interpersonal bonds have tied friends from around the world together. What a wonderful thing.
Thanks, Aisha. You say that, but you all still have the ad blocker installed, don't you? Everyone around him raised their hands at once and burst out laughing. Ha 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 ha, they said. I'm the only one who doesn't have one! Someone tell me, quick, where can I find a good app?
If you don't mind using one from the ABN, I can link you to a download site. Nice. By the way, since we're all here, why don't we all send each other friend requests? Sounds good. There's no rule saying you can't friend someone from another faction, right?
There is, but interactions on Ciconia are practically unregulated. Now that sounds interesting. Sure, I'll grant people from the other factions the honor of friending super genius Jaden.
Want to make a friend request, Lieutenant Lingji? I'd be happy to accept, Lieutenant Meow, ace from the AOU. You can just call me Meow.
Oh!
Then please call me Lingji.
Freaking cuties.
Quite the ace yourself, Lingji. Let's fight again sometime. I'd also like to try joining forces and fighting against an AI opponent.
Everyone started exchanging friend requests with the people closest to them. Peace and harmony. Hard to think of a better phrase to describe it. It would have felt extremely strange to enter the water itself with clothed avatars, so people formed groups here and there, dipping their feet in like it was a footbath and chatting happily. Sounds nice and peaceful. However, the open-air bath was unsurprisingly the most popular spot. This place had an ocean view that was absolutely beautiful. And there it is. Thanks to the luminous ADMS, the fantastical blue of the vast glass sea could be seen even in the darkness. However, its beauty was fleeting, and it made everyone feel a bit sentimental. The site of this year's festival, the Gifu Prefecture of AOU Japan, didn't originally have a view of the sea. The sea they were looking at wasn't filled with salt water, but with earth that had all melted to glass after experiencing unimaginable heat. During World War III, Japan had been hit by a single solar warhead. Everything in a vast area stretching from central Gifu to Osaka had evaporated. All of it had melted, hardened, and turned into a desolate ocean of glass. That one strike had split the Japanese archipelago in half. It was so fantastical, so beautiful, and also the scar from a fearsome war, where masses of people had instantly evaporated. However, what's truly interesting is that no one present here knew who had created this glass sea. On the contrary, they didn't even know which countries had fought which in World War III or what had started it. They didn't even know the details for how it had resolved itself in the end. Of course, you couldn't find this information by searching for it on the net. After all, memories from World War III have been sealed off from the entire world. Because we like to control information.
Why did humanity choose not to learn from its mistakes? Probably because we finally realized that our foolishness makes learning pointless.
There's many histories as there are people who tell it. Eventually, individual histories will contradict each other, providing fuel for new fires. Just forgetting everything is better than giving rise to new hatred. In the B3W era, intense historical research into wars had taken place across the planet, ostensibly to prevent war from repeating again. However, in the end, humans are only capable of interpreting history in ways that suit themselves. As a result, recorded history began to change depending on each person's, country's, and faction's needs. A long time later, these histories began to bump into each other, and everyone started criticizing everyone else. In short, the research that was supposed to stop war from repeating became the fuel for new wars. And so, when, on the brink of extinction, humanity picked a certain option for the first time. It decided not to write down the history of the war. What countries fought in World War III, for what reason, and how did they destroy the world? All that information was carefully sealed. All this generation knew was that World War III had happened, and that humanity had almost gone extinct. They only knew that, as a result of the war, many places throughout the world had been scarred so badly that even the topography had changed.
These days, we don't even know what World War III was or why it happened. Do you want to know?
At this point, there's no need to know. Yeah, after all, if we did know, everyone here might not be able to get along. Wow. Well, even if I found out right now, I wouldn't let it bother me.
Yeah, I agree. Even if our countries were going at it, that has nothing to do with the people here now.
My America and Meow's Japan fought all out in World War II, but that doesn't stand in the way of our friendship. Meow and Jaden high-fived in a way that showed they were men who knew each other well.
Woo, our countries masking each other!
Woo, yeah! Fucking hell. Oh, my country had a war with America too, but I just want to be friends with Jaden. Wow.
Well, me too. I have no desire to crudely demand that Meow apologize for the Sino-Japanese War. It isn't as though Meow ever attacked us. We hadn't even been born yet.
Indeed. The friendship of the people here shouldn't be affected by things like countries, histories, or the past. And that's why, as we look at this glass sea, there's just one thing we all need to remember.
One thing?
If all people all over the world became friends, a terrifying ocean like this will never appear again. Currently, historical research of World War III was only acceptable as an exception among exceptions inside special research institutions. Even trying to learn about it was a crime. In recent years, even investigating the region of Aoyu, Japan, that had been evaporated by a solar warhead had been added to this taboo. So, pictures and even old maps of Japan's beloved and beautiful ancient capital, Kyoto, had been banned. Eventually, the simple fact that a beautiful city called Kyoto had existed would probably fade from memory. If that was a necessary sacrifice to prevent another war, then just how horrible is war? And how horrible are humans who can't help but push towards war? Japan and America, which fought in World War II, did develop a strong friendship following the war. However, some have argued that this was simply because such a relationship was necessary in the Cold War that followed. In the end, as long as countries led people by the nose, it may be fair to say that everything happens for the convenience of those countries, regardless of whether people end up hating each other or becoming friends. As for this fantastical blue, beautiful glass sea, everyone had chosen to ignore the fact that crowds of people had evaporated and died here in an instant. Maybe they had finally accepted that humans aren't creatures who can learn, but creatures who hate each other and long for war. Fucking deep, dude.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, I like the world building. I think it's cool. It's definitely got like sinister undertones, especially having like an Illuminati kind of faction going on in the story. Because they're like, yeah, we'll just like not remember anything about the past. That'll fix everything. Especially paired with the king's dialogue of like, we failed once, but we will not fail again. What was that once? Was it the Cold War?
Yeah.
Was
like,
it something else that's been forgotten in history?
I
was
feel
the
like
last
the implication is that potentially the Third World War hasn't actually happened yet.
What do you mean? The Cold War. That was the Third World War.
No, that's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
I'm saying that there is a potential implication in this story that, you know, it's like when you say, we're not allowed to study or look at Kyoto at all. Kyoto's the place where all of the evil shit's going on, right? It's that kind of trope I'm saying could exist.
Sure, no,
like
totally.
the Glass Sea is like a fabrication to prevent people from finding out
what's actually going on.
What's
there?
actually going on?
Yeah, maybe.
Which, you know, is obviously pretty far-fetched, but we are dealing with sci-fi worlds, virtual reality, Illuminati type shit.
No, for sure. I don't think that there's too far you could take your reasoning at this stage of the story.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I mean, especially if we are doing VR, if like all of this is in someone's head or whatever, like there's all sorts of places you could take that.
Yeah. Also, Ling Ji had the most suspicious line in there, so she's officially suspect number one.
What did she say? What did she say? What was
Well,
suspicious?
she said, would you like to know?
Would you like to know?
Yeah.
Implying that she knows?
Yep.
Suspicious.
Very suspicious. Listen, everyone. Ben drank his water slowly.
Look, I need to recharge my throat. It's hurting. It's too much.
Your voice is better.
It's not hurting. It's just like all dry.
Do your voice is better.
What? I'm doing it perfectly. Get out alive. Meow shook his head slightly, regaining his bright expression, then stood up and spoke to everyone. Oddly, despite how many people were here, they all had the same look on their faces.
You know, we may be from different countries and different factions, and who knows how this world is going to turn out. But no matter how much time passes, and no matter what happens, I'd like for us to be friends.
Ling Ji felt exactly the same, and so did everyone else. They all looked at each other and nodded.
I agree. We're all friends supporting the walls of peace together.
Someday we may meet again as enemies, but still.
Would you look at the time? It's almost that Tuesday.
It's almost murder o'clock. Pulls out whip. Wait, hold on. We'll still be friends. Indeed, there is a great difference between opposing each other with hatred and doing so with friendship and respect despite our differing factions. In the first place, our sole mission is to give those old politicians time to cool their heads and resolve disputes.
Yeah, meow. I don't want to start killing each other because some old person orders me to, meow meow.
That's right, Rookie. We aren't the adults' pawns.
Exactly. There's no need for us to kill each other. We just have to buy time so the old people can chill their boiling heads. That's not something a soldier should even say.
We're comrades supporting the walls of peace before we're soldiers.
That's right. We didn't come here because we wanted a war. We're here because war's no joke. Even if there is a war, we really should resolve it with matches and games like today.
By now, everyone had the same feeling, the same words on the tips of their tongues, every single one of them. Definitely not all but four. Meow, the one who had brought up this subject, spoke these words aloud before anyone else.
No matter what these assholes and adults say, we definitely won't kill each other. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
What do you mean? They'll never kill each other. They're best of friends. And they'll be in peace forever and nothing will go wrong. And there are no blood moons.
So you don't think that would be impossible while still carrying out our duties as soldiers?
If your shield breaks, you should surrender willingly and retreat. And you should never chase after people when they do that. Wow.
After all, our left arms are so valuable they can't afford to let us get shot down needlessly.
That's right. Even the IPMA says you can't attack an enemy who's lost the will to fight. Does that just apply to those of us present? It doesn't, right? My friends' friends are all my friends.
Let's have our friends and everyone else's friends all be friends.
Friends. At this moment, all the Gauntlet Knights in the world just became friends. I'll make my friend list visible to all of you. I second that. I'll make my whole friend list visible too.
I don't have any friends.
Well, it's time to get some.
And start packing your friend list today.
That's the one.
You'll have so many One Eudora hearts you won't know what to do with them. Oh, okay then.
There, Kochka. Of course, just sending a friend request didn't automatically make them best buddies. They were probably doing it partly out of politeness, sort of like exchanging business cards. And anyway, what did it really mean to send a friend request to someone from a different country whose face you've never seen? However, even if it was just a formality, at this very moment, all the young Gauntlet Knights who wielded the cutting edge of the world's military might were joined by bonds of friendship that will never be broken.
So instead of the tennis court oath, it's a public bath oath. Then let's make an oath just like Jacques-Louis David's famous painting.
We are friends and allies supporting the walls of peace. We will never hurt our friends. As everyone took an oath-making pose of their own choosing, they swore to hold true to the same sentiment.
We're all friends.
What? What's that?
It's a Terran reality,
What's
my
that
friend.
doing there? This is also you. Good luck.
What the fuck is
Good
going on here?
luck doing this.
What's so funny?
Oh my god. It's Meow Alta. Ah!
Who are you calling friends? You say you'll never kill each other when that's all your job is?
Why, Ryukishi?
What's so funny? What's so funny? You're the one who's going to do the killing. You are. I'm going to kill who?
Shit.
Right over there. I am sending one Eudora hearts to Koshka. Koshka is gaping at how many hearts she's received. Across from us, Lingji is installing one Eudora with Mio's referral ID. Take those two you're happily chatting with right now. Koshka, Lingji, what about them? You're going to kill them.
Oh no.
You are by your own hands. Well, why? Why would I kill my comrades like Koshka or Lingji? Did you forget? To kill, to destroy. That's the sole reason you were created in the first place.
Got some good faces.
I don't understand. Who even are you? Why do you look like me? I am you. I'm one of the many yous inside you, and because I know the horrifying reason you were created, I've come to put a stop to it as your inner conscience. What are you talking about? I don't get it. You're an object worthy of hatred. You're created for the sole purpose of killing and destroying. Any other actions you take are merely steps along the path to achieving your final goal. I'll say it again. You're a cursed creature, created only to kill and destroy. Are you kidding me? Don't decide on that on your own. I'm Mataki Meow. I always have and always will live by my own willpower. So I was created to kill and destroy, huh? I don't know what you're talking about. No one ever ordered me to do something like that, even if they did, like hell I'd obey them. And yet, you already are a Gauntlet Knight. So what? Gauntlet Knights are individuals with the firepower of a warship, the ultimate cutting edge of military might. You're steadily preparing for your goal of death and destruction. That's not why I became a Gauntlet Knight. I just wanted to fly, that's why I made it my goal to become one. Well, it's true, I was able to pursue that path because Dad had me undergo parallel processor training ever since I was a baby, but let me tell you a bit about your future. You're going to kill that girl called Koshka, and that girl called Lingji, with whom you've been chatting so happily. I don't care what you say, idiot. I won't kill them. We just swore we wouldn't. And it's not just those two. I definitely won't kill anyone here, or any of the friends I haven't met yet. I'm not the only one who swore. We all did. All of us. No, they'll all kill each other too. This playing at friendship is meaningless, worthless, and every single one of you will kill each other. Shut up. This is a future you'll definitely reach, and a fixed event you'll definitely carry out. Take that girl there, Lingji, whom I just said you'd kill. I can even tell you how you'll kill her. It'll be a close-range, face-to-face aerial fight. You'll shatter Lingji's head with a punch backed by a force field. In the back of my mind appeared the image of my fist smashing through Lingji's head in an aerial battle. Quit screwing with me, this is an illusion. Even if I did pull Lingji into a close-range aerial fight in an actual battle, she's an incredibly talented ace. The Battle Standard Festival, I was made painfully aware of her skill. Of course we wouldn't let each other get that close so easily. Think I'd hit Lingji with my fist at a close-range battle? Who do you think we are? You underestimate Lingji too much. If I launched an attack that sluggish, she'd just raise her shield and send me flying away, increasing the distance between us. As though the opening chapter didn't establish explicitly how that could happen. Under normal circumstances, yes. I think you'd do that, and so would she. But it won't be possible. Not for her to knock you away with her shield. After all, unfortunately for her, she won't be able to use her shield then, so your fist will continue on and crush her skull. Her rejection shield will malfunction. That's the worst sort of malfunction a gauntlet could have. No, it won't malfunction. You'll kill her. That plotline will simply be carried out.
Plotline?
I'll kill Lingji. And not just her. I'll tell you how you'll kill Koshka. Koshka will be swallowed up by a swarm of those guided missiles you love, and the shrapnel will tear her whole body apart until she dies. This time I saw Koshka plummeting downward, surrounded by sparks and blood pouring from all over her body. Even you and your partner Jaden will fight fiercely to the death. Same with the others. All of them fiercely exchanging fire over and over, killing each other. A future image flew through my head, unstoppable, of all those friends who just sworn their friendship. Blood splattered and tears dripped down as they killed each other. That kid's gonna die too. And that one. And him. And her. Every one of them will die. They'll kill each other and be killed. Stop it! Stop showing me these crazy illusions! No, these aren't illusions. You might call them memories from a guaranteed future. You exist, therefore this future must happen. But because I exist so everyone's gonna die. I'm gonna kill them. I don't want to kill anyone. I want to be friends with everyone forever. You want to protect this world of friendship, where interpersonal bonds join all of you together. Of course, I'll protect it. I'll protect friendship and peace throughout the world. That's why I became a Gauntlet Knight. Well, there's just one way to protect this world. Well, don't leave me hanging. I want a world where we never become enemies. It's very easy. Just will yourself to disappear. If you do, no one will suffer or be sad.
Well, that's fucked up.
Is the world gonna break because I exist? What in the world am I? Oh, I'll tell you what you really are. What I really am, I'm Mitaki Mio, a Gauntlet Knight of the Aerial Augmented Infantry Unit Warcat from AOU Japan. That's just your backstory. After all, you're just a program built for destruction, which was given the nickname Mitaki Mio.
Well, that was weird.
That was good fun.
Yeah.
I love meeting alternate personalities.
Yeah. That was good fun. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think's going on there, I guess? But, like, I can tell you I was surprised when that happened. I was not expecting that one. You have so many characters getting thrown around. It's like, here's another meow. And they're just, like, freaky and tearing the screen in half.
I mean, if I was to try tie it in specifically with the things we've had already, I would say, like, oh, you know, maybe the Illuminati people are invading the Kizunas and convincing people to do things.
Maybe.
But that kind of seems to maybe go against the like open source angle of the Kazuna. So, you know, whilst that's still an open path, it's potentially a contradiction.
Maybe it's not so difficult to hack into the Kazuna.
Maybe, but like, I don't know why a Ryukashi would be, you know, throwing like open source technology in the deep end in this story when,
Sure.
like, it doesn't seem to be something that the story is
That
like
he
quite
hates?
opened. Yeah,
It's not something he's not out to attack open source technology
Yeah.
as being having, you know, lax security and being a, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, I could understand attacking lax security, but like, the whole idea that we've just said, oh, it was created by the world's youth, you know, that scene would maybe seem like a waste of time.
Maybe it's a subversion. Maybe it's actually the youth in their naivety of creating this like really cool program to communicate across all nations, and now it's being exploited by someone who's like hacking into it.
I mean, the other thing is potentially that like the parallel processing thing is like, you know, looking at split consciousness and
Sure.
like the idea that that's actually something that's come about because of the parallel processing training, which is why everyone's gonna succumb to this.
Sure.
Like the idea that it's specifically the Gauntlet Knights because they specifically exist.
Okay.
Trying to think what else we've kind of covered in the story so far.
That's most of it.
Is it really?
I don't think so. I don't know if you have anything else to throw at it. Those seem like some pretty valid thoughts and feelings. I like it. Yeah. Playo! Kyo! Someone wants to enter the room, Playo. We give them access, Playo.
Oh, who is it?
They're finally here. It's those big sisters from the Lado military rep for us today. We finally made it in. I told you it had to be a text conversion screw-up.
Japanese is hard. This is clearly a structural flaw in the Kazuna translator.
So, you two also ended up with It's a Rap Public Lust?
Well, my country's official language is Portuguese, after all. Japanese is tough.
That proves you've lost a lot in your emails.
I love recycling jokes.
Nice.
Welcome you two to the It's a Rap public bath. Guess that means it's time for Storm of Friendship requests.
You've received a friend request, you've received a friend request, you've received many friend requests, and we're everywhere, we're taking over the world. What in the... My mental display got filled up with Karapoyos.
That's quite a welcome. Thanks for the invitation. We're Valentina from later Brazil and Mara Carmen from later Mexico.
Just this once, I'll let you call me Marika, okay? Oh, that means we'll have to do the public bath oath again. Wow.
Bonds of friendship tie the world together. Humanity will never make such a foolish mistake again.
Meow, you may initiate the oath once more.
Sure, then let's all do it again, okay?
Wait, what? What's going on?
You're just a murder program.
Damn. What's that mean?
I don't know. We got plenty of time for people left to die.
It's true.
Oh,
yeah.
Good times, good times.
Yeah.
Among friends.
Yeah, everyone's having a good old time. It's like club scenes, but like way more characters. The pieces have been gathered, the pieces have been lined up. Our opponent isn't here yet. Perfect. King of Sorrow. What a dick.
What a dick.
Wouldn't it be great if I just play chess before my opponent even showed up? That sounds fair. It's pretty awful.
Yeah, no, that was a very interesting sequence. Once again, he's doing a much better balance of like stuff going on in character,
Plot? Yeah.
just screwing around.
I think that the way that he's inserting the plot into the slice of life scenes, but not in terms of like it's like they're kind of two separate scenes almost, right? Like you've got the we're having fun club scene and the crowd scene, whatever you want to call it, and then you've got the like here's this like other meow that's in the brain or in the virtual reality or whatever the fuck. Like you could do those as two completely separate scenes, but by putting that like in the middle sort of like the fun times, I think it gives it a lot more impact. Which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's very shocking, and I like the like screen tear effect too, because it feels like we're like personally being attacked.
Yeah, that was a nicely abrupt way to introduce that,
Yes.
particularly at a point where that scene felt like it was gearing up towards a conclusion.
Yeah. Subversion. It's
I also did like the
expectations.
way that it then introduced the later characters, like kind
After
of
that,
connecting them to
yes.
that moment.
Yes, it makes them much more suspicious.
Very
Because there are so many like little things of like, first off, they don't have 3 people in the group, which is already weird, and they don't seem to be part of the other factions. We see that Leto has like apparently way more power than everyone else. They also apparently weren't like participating in the Battlestead Festival for some reason. Like they're just very different. They're very outside the sphere of the other 24 like kids, right? And they're even called like they're the big sisters. They're older. And yeah, as you say, it ties them to that like other meow thing, whatever the fuck that is. Which is, who knows what implications that could have in the future. Who knows? Certainly not me.
Alrighty, next time.
Next time.